They say royals don't bleed, but what if they burn? That's the firestorm raging around Buckingham Palace right now. At the center is Prince Harry, furious, Meghan panicking, and Britain's most feared biographer Tom Bower dropping a bombshell that's already shaking the monarchy. For years, Harry and Meghan built their image like a fortress. Polished portraits, perfect lighting, carefully staged glimpses of their children. Archie and Lilibet were wrapped in secrecy, protected like crown jewels. But Bower claims something doesn't add up. On national television, he hinted at irregularities in Lilibet's birth and her place in the royal bloodline. That's not a gossip column. It's a direct strike at the very foundation of the Sussex brand. Harry reacted like a man under attack. Meghan scrambled to contain the story, but the damage was done. The whispers turned into headlines. The silence from Buckingham Palace grew louder than any denial. And now, for the first time, Harry's carefully protected world looks like it's about to collapse. Tom Bower is not just another royal commentator. He's a hunter of powerful people, a man who's gone after billionaires, prime ministers, oligarchs, and won. He doesn't toss rumors into the wind. He builds cases. He documents every line, every date, every witness. And when he says something doesn't add up, people listen. On live television, he calmly pointed to gaps in Meghan's pregnancy timeline, secrecy around birth records, and the absence of the usual royal protocols. He went further, hinting that King Charles quietly ordered a private legal review of Lilibet's status. Think about that. A king questioning the legitimacy of his own granddaughter. That alone is extraordinary, but Bower's confidence made it worse. He wasn't ranting, he was measured, almost surgical, as if holding back evidence until his next book. For Harry and Meghan, that's a nightmare. Their power isn't just celebrity, it's bloodline. Without it, they're just another Hollywood couple. And if Bower proves his case, everything they've built, every deal, every contract, every ounce of leverage, turns to dust. Inside Montecito, the fallout was volcanic. Harry reportedly stormed through the house, shouting, slamming doors, rattling the walls. His rage was so loud Archie cried in the next room. He's always been ferocious about protecting his children. But this wasn't just privacy. This was someone questioning their place in the royal line. For Harry, that hit like betrayal. Like someone tearing apart the one thing he thought was safe. Meghan tried to control the panic. She urged focus, strategy, spin. But even she couldn't hide her fear. Because she knew instantly, this wasn't Oprah or Netflix. They couldn't edit this away. This was Tom Bower. And once his words hit the airwaves, they couldn't be erased. Harry's fury spiraled into obsession. He wanted to fight, to sue, to silence Bower, but every option was dangerous. Speak out and you fuel the fire. Stay quiet and you look guilty. For a man raised to fight his battles in public, the silence was unbearable. This wasn't just an attack on his family, it was an attack on his legacy. And he had no weapon to stop it. For Meghan, the panic had sharper edges. She knows their entire empire rests on one fragile truth, that their children are recognized as royals. Netflix, Spotify, publishers, speaking tours, they all pay because Meghan and Harry are not just celebrities. They are royal outsiders with blood ties to the crown. Take that away, and their brand crumbles. Hollywood doesn't want just another couple with a podcast. It wants the sparkle of royalty. And if that sparkle fades, so does the money. Insiders say Meghan's team went into crisis mode, flooding the internet with charity updates, motherhood stories, lifestyle content. Anything to bury Bower's narrative. But executives weren't fooled. 2 streaming meetings were reportedly canceled. Producers called them high risk. That's industry speak for not worth it. Meghan has always been a strategist, a fighter who turns attacks into headlines. But this is different. This is existential. If the world doubts Lilibet's legitimacy, Meghan's entire identity as a mother raising the next generation of royals disintegrates. And no amount of PR can fix that. Perhaps the most chilling move didn't come from Bower. It came from Buckingham Palace. Silence. No denials, no clarifications, not even a polite word of support. Just nothing. And in royal politics, silence is never accidental. It's strategy. For Harry, that silence was unbearable. He expected his father or brother to slam the door on Bower's claims. Instead, they let the rumors breathe. And that's what makes it lethal. Silence breeds doubt. Doubt spreads faster than outrage. Commentators started asking questions about timelines. Journalists re-examined old footage. Even some supporters began to hesitate. If the palace won't defend Harry and Meghan, why should anyone else? For Meghan, silence is worse than headlines. Headlines can be fought. Silence lingers, festers, grows until it becomes truth by default. And the palace knows it. Their silence is a message. Let the Sussexes bleed credibility on their own. It's cold, it's calculated, and it's devastating. Harry turned to lawyers. Could they sue Tom Bower? Could they stop the book before it hit shelves? Could they finally silence him? The answers were brutal. Bower doesn't write without protection. Every line is lawyered, every source cross-checked, every claim fortified. Suing him is like punching a brick wall. And worse, if Harry sues and loses, it validates Bower's claims. That's the trap. Fight and risk exposure. Stay silent and look guilty. Meghan reportedly begged him to act sooner to scare off publishers to crush the story before it grew. But Harry hesitated, clinging to a fantasy that the palace might step in. Now he knows that help will never come. Every path forward is dangerous. Legal action could detonate in court, silence will rot their reputation, and every public denial risks opening a door they can't close. For a couple who once thought they controlled the narrative, the irony is cruel. They're trapped in a story they can't rewrite. While Harry and Meghan scrambled, the palace executed its plan. Insiders say Charles and William activated Ghost Protocol, a complete media blackout. No leaks, no statements, no whispers, just silence. It's ruthless but effective. Every frantic Sussex PR push looks desperate. Every angry outburst looks unhinged. And every plea for privacy rings hollow. The palace knows how to survive scandal. It's survived abdications, divorces, betrayals. The strategy is always the same. Outlast the storm. Ghost Protocol weaponizes silence, letting Harry and Meghan tear themselves apart while the crown stays still. Behind closed doors, aides prepare for every outcome. Legal reviews, contingency plans, even scenarios for succession if things turn nuclear. It sounds medieval, but monarchy runs on bloodlines. And bloodlines are exactly what Bower is questioning. For Charles and William, this isn't personal, it's survival. For Harry and Meghan, it's suffocation. The danger now is not Bower's words, it's what they've unleashed. Doubt. Serious journalists are digging through records. Commentators are revisiting Oprah contradictions. Audiences are questioning the cropped baby photos, the blurred timelines, the missing documents. Each inconsistency alone means nothing. But together, they form a pattern. And that pattern spreads. Hollywood is wary. Allies distance themselves. Even friendly outlets hesitate to defend Harry and Meghan without proof. And that hesitation is lethal. Because doubt doesn't need evidence. It just needs silence. Once it takes root, it becomes reality. Meghan knows this. Her brand thrives on certainty. The moment people hesitate, the spell breaks. And now that hesitation is everywhere. For the Sussexes, that's worse than attack. You can fight accusations, you can't fight whispers. They spread too fast, too quiet, too deep. And once they settle, they never leave. And so the tragedy lands here. Meghan is reportedly exploring solo options, lifestyle brands, publishing deals, even dropping the Duchess label to stand on her own. For her, it's not betrayal, it's survival. For Harry, it's devastation. He left the palace to build a new legacy. But legacies are fragile, built on bloodlines, trust, and perception. And when those foundations crack, the whole structure falls. Bower hasn't even released his book, yet the damage is already done. Hollywood is backing away, the palace is silent, the public is hesitating, and the fairy tale is broken. Harry once dreamed of being remembered as the prince who escaped the cage, the man who built something new. Instead, history may remember him as the prince who lost it all, not with a bang, but with silence. That's the cruelest twist of all.